Hello everybody, this is Siddhant Ray here. In today's video, I am going to show you a personal assistant which I have made for myself using Python programming language. It is a basic IoT project. Python is an interpreted high-level general-purpose programming language. Its design philosophy emphasizes code readability with its use of significant indentation. Its language constructs as well as its object-oriented approach aim to help programmers write clear, logical code for small and large-scale projects. I have made my personal assistant using Python on an application called Visual Studio Code on my Windows laptop. It is a user-friendly application and is very commonly used by programmers who operate on Windows. Let's talk about my programming language now. Why have I chosen Python and not any other language? The answer is simple. Python is an easy to learn language and has way easier commands than other programming languages like JavaScript. Also, for making IoT devices like Alexa, Siri and Google Assistant, the programming languages that dominate are Python and C++. In my case, I have used my Windows laptop for making my personal assistant. Similar other processors like Raspberry Pi and ARM Cortex-A, the processor inside Amazon Alexa, can be used. However, they have their own limitations and are relatively expensive. But with a processor like Cortex-M, which is a cheap processor, IoT has now become a reality in gadgets as basic as a smartwatch, toy cars, smart fans, smart lights, etc. So without any further ado, let's see the working of my personal assistant. I have used a total of 5 modules. They are PyTTSX3, speech recognition, date time, Wikipedia and web browser. The first module is PyTTSX3. This module helps my personal assistant to speak. The second module is speech recognition. This module helps my personal assistant to recognize my speech or commands and then it will respond to my commands accordingly. The third module, however, is a pretty basic module. It is the date time module. This module helps my personal assistant to speak out or print the date and time if you ask it to do so. The fourth module is Wikipedia. This is a pretty complex module as it can import any information from the website of Wikipedia. As we all know, Wikipedia is a storehouse of information, hence it can import virtually any data from the website of Wikipedia. The last one is web browser. This module is again pretty basic. It can open any URL or link on any of the search engines like Opera, Google, Microsoft Edge, etc. Let us now move on to the second part of the project, which is the greetings function. If you would have ever worked with a personal assistant like Siri or Alexa, it would have obviously greeted you with a good morning, good afternoon or a good evening. I have included a similar feature in my personal assistant. The code says if the time is between 12 o'clock in the night and 12 o'clock in the afternoon, the assistant should speak out good morning. If the time is between 12 o'clock in the afternoon and 6 o'clock in the evening, the assistant should speak good afternoon. And if the time is between 6 o'clock in the evening and 12 o'clock in the night, or if it does not satisfy any of these conditions, the assistant should speak good evening. After speaking good morning, good afternoon or good evening in each of the cases, it should speak out, I am your assistant Siddhant sir. Please tell me how may I help you. So as it is 1:09 currently, 13:09, which means it is afternoon 1 o'clock and 9 minutes. The assistant should speak, good afternoon, I am your assistant Siddhant sir. Please tell me how may I help you. Let us run the program and see how it works.
Good afternoon. I am your assistant Siddhant sir. Please tell me how may I help you.
Let me kill the program, otherwise it will keep recording my audio. So as you all saw, it said, good afternoon, I am your assistant Siddhant sir. Please tell me how may I help you. Hence, this program was successful. Let me explain to you the third part of my personal assistant. It is the Wikipedia function. So, if Wikipedia is in query, the query is the voice command. So, it should speak, searching Wikipedia. Now, the query here is the voice assistant. So, query.replace Wikipedia. So, query has to be now replaced with Wikipedia and then the function which we have asked for. Now, it should show the results. Wikipedia.summary. Summary here represents that it should show a summary of whatever it has detected on Wikipedia and it has to show a minimum of 2 sentences. Then it should speak according to Wikipedia. Then it will print the results and then it will speak out the results. For example, I want to search about Donald Trump on Wikipedia. I just have to say Wikipedia Donald Trump. Let us see how this works by running the program.
Good afternoon. I am your assistant Siddhant sir. Please tell me how may I help you.
Wikipedia Donald Trump.
Searching Wikipedia. According to Wikipedia, Donald John Trump, born June 14, 1946, is an American media personality and businessman who served as the 45th President of the United States from 2017 to 2021. Born and raised in Queens, New York City, Trump graduated from the University of Pennsylvania with a bachelor's degree in 1968.
Let me once again kill the program or it will detect my audio. So as you all saw, it gave us a lot of information about Donald Trump, and now I'm satisfied with the results. Hence, the third part of my project, which is the Wikipedia function, was successful. So this is the fourth function of my program. It is the open function. It works through the web browser module. So for example, I require apps like YouTube, Google, and Amazon on a day-to-day basis, and I'm tired of opening them again and again through Google. By typing them, I can just say open YouTube, open Google, and open Amazon on my personal assistant. Wouldn't that be interesting? Let's see, the code is pretty easy. Together, it is only 9 lines of code. So, let's see the code. It is elif, open YouTube and query. As I had said, query is the voice assistant. Web browser will open youtube.com and it will speak, opening, enjoy your favorite videos. Then, if I want to open Google, it will open google.com and then it will speak, opening, explore and search for anything. The sky is the limit. Lastly, if I want to open Amazon, it will open amazon.in because I live in India and amazon.in is the link for opening Amazon India. It will speak, opening, shop for anything you like. I will show and open each of them one by one. I'll open YouTube first, then I'll open Google, followed by that Amazon. Let's open YouTube first.
Good afternoon. I am your assistant Sidon, sir. Please tell me how may I help you?
Open YouTube.
Opening. Enjoy your favorite videos.
So as you all saw, it opened YouTube and it said, opening, enjoy your favorite videos. Now we'll see open Google.
Good afternoon. I am your assistant Sidon, sir. Please tell me how may I help you?
Open Google.
Opening. Explore and search for anything. The sky is the limit.
So as you all saw, it opened Google for me too. Lastly, it is Amazon.
Good afternoon. I am your assistant Sidon, sir. Please tell me how may I help you?
Open Amazon.
Opening. Shop for anything you like.
So it opened Amazon for me too. So again, this is a bit slow, but it saves time and your hard work which you put into typing Amazon on Google. So that was it for the open function. This is the time function of my project. So if time is in the voice assistant command, it will tell the time. The current time is str.time since the variable is str time here. The current time is str time, and it will also speak that the current time is str time. So I have named the variable as str time since the string over here is time. So the string is equal to datetime.datetime.now, then within brackets nothing .strf time, and it will give %h means hour and %m means minutes. So I can extend the code further if I want it in seconds also, but I want it in only hours and minutes. So the current time is now 2:02, which means 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So it should say the current time is 14:02 and then it should print the current time is 14:02. Let's see how this works.
Good afternoon. I am your assistant Sidon, sir. Please tell me how may I help you?
Tell me the time.
The current time is 14:02.
So as you all saw, it set the correct time, that the current time is 14:02. So I am going to be now covering the thank you function, the favorite video function, the buy function and the playlist function all together. So for example, I want to play my favorite video on YouTube. I just have to say favorite video or play my favorite video, and then it will play this link. So let's see how this works.
Good afternoon. I am your assistant Sidney, sir. Please tell me how may I help you?
Play my favorite video on YouTube.
Playing now.
Hello everyone, this is Siddhant Ray here. In today's video, I shall touch upon a very basic and common as also.
So since this is my favorite video on YouTube, it played this video. Now let us see the playlist function. If I want to play my favorite playlist on YouTube, I'll just have to say the word playlist. So let's see how this works.
Good afternoon. I am your assistant Sidney, sir. Please tell me how may I help you?
Play my favorite playlist.
Playing now.
So as you all saw, that was my favorite playlist on YouTube and it played that. Now if I want to say thank you to my assistant, since it is doing a lot of work for me, I just have to say thank you and it will speak my pleasure sir. And if I want to quit the program, I just have to say bye. It will say bye sir, see you soon, and then it will quit. Let's see how this works by running.
Good afternoon. I am your assistant Sidney, sir. Please tell me how may I help you?
Thank you.
My pleasure, sir.
Bye.
Bye, sir. See you soon.
So as y'all can see, it just quit the function over here. If I say anything like Wikipedia, Donald Trump, it won't give any results since the code has now quit. So that was it for the working of my personal assistant.
You will find my personal assistant's code in the description box of this video. However, if you directly copy paste this code into your programming platform, you might receive some indentation errors. So you need to stay careful of that. So this is going to be end of today's video. Trust it has given you an insight on making an assistant using Python. I also hope that you are inspired to make an assistant like mine since it wasn't as difficult as it seemed. If you enjoyed watching this video, smash the like button. Also, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel Siddhant's Coding World. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.